Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got a massive change to the game just now, like minutes ago. Damage Attenuation has been removed from most enemies in Warframe. So we'll go over update 40.0.2, where Damage Attenuation has been removed at large from the game due to player feedback. We also got some bug fixes and changes to the Valis Undermine update. So let's hop right in. But before we do, make sure you sub this channel. We have daily Warframe video uploads. We're also live on stream right now. Just did a level 10,000 Oberon run. Maybe I might do level 10,000 Noko here in a few minutes as well. So yeah, stop by if you have not already. All right, so let's hop right into the patch notes today. And we're going to talk about what is going to change in the game because of this. Because this is a really, really big change here. And honestly, Acolytes couldn't get one shot yesterday. Demolist couldn't get one shot yesterday. It was very different. But I'm telling you that now you will be able to one-shot both of those enemies, okay? So let's go over what we have for this update. So here we are with the patch notes for update 40.0.2, and it literally just came out seconds ago, so let's read what we got here. All right, damage attenuation changes. With our damage attenuation changes in the Valis Undermine update, our intention was to normalize the difficulty of boss-type enemies between groups of players. Reminder, they normalized this across, so the attenuation of a boss was the same as like a normal enemy too, which is very weird. Enemies shouldn't have had attenuation in the first place, like normal enemies. But yeah, after gauging the community's response, we recognized that our broad application of that term inadvertently made objective-type enemies like Demolishers hard to kill. We've redefined our standardized attenuation to only apply to true bosses / HUD health bar enemies with our hotfix. Thanks for the player feedback. She said upcoming hotfix, but it's just a copy-paste from earlier today. Damage attenuation changes have been removed from regular objective enemies. As a result, these regular objective enemies can be one-shot again. You can now one-shot Demolist. Yesterday, you could not. It basically made sniper rifles irrelevant. It made Ivara's bow like the worst exalted by very far. And yeah, they're changing that back. So you will now be able to one-shot Demolist again like you could 2 days ago. Additionally, damage attenuation is now solely reserved for true bosses that have HUD health bars. So we're talking like, Nef Anyo. Do we even have a boss fight for him? Whatever, the Sergeant, I guess. The Sergeant. The Shattered One in the basement of Thakavia. An Acolyte technically does take this into account, but they're actually tuning Acolyte attenuation so we can one-shot them, basically. So yeah, anything with a boss health bar is fair game for this stuff, but anything that does not have a boss health bar is being no more attenuation. For certain enemies retaining damage attenuation, we have adjusted the values to allow for one-shot kills if the player's build is powerful enough. So yes, yesterday it was a two-shot Acolyte to the strong build. Now it's back to a one-shot if you have the right build for it. So, cool. As far as what enemies are having their attenuation removed, drum roll please. These enemies are really annoying and they're going to be finally not taking like 10 magazines of the Icarius to kill. So yeah, we're going to go over missions that will be a lot better after this change, after we go over this whole list. All right, first, Scaldra Denizants. The Scaldra, like, balloon enemies. Or not balloon enemies. The Scaldra, like, big, like, SpongeBob-looking dudes, kind of. They had a lot of attenuation. They have no attenuation anymore, so you just nuke them down. Hell yeah. Next, Demolishers, including Necromech Demolishers, now have no attenuation. So you can one-shot them, and you can also one-shot Demolisher Demolist now, which it was kind of hard to do before. You technically could do it, but it's going to be way, way easier. Deimos Jugulus, those annoying things in your brute force bounties that spam the blades that count as melee attacks at you at your mesa, they will no longer be attenuated. They were very attenuated on the steel path, so Deimos bounties, much better now. Deimos Saxum and Saxum Rex, basically the mini boss that would spawn during these bounties on Deimos, you can now gun them down instantly because they have no more attenuation. Rogue Necromechs and ETAs and EDAs are also on the chopping block for their attenuation being removed, and it's gone. Amalgams from, like, Jupiter missions, no more attenuation. Empyrean units in the Corpus Proxima had attenuation, that's all been removed. Spectres, no longer have attenuation. The Gruzling no longer has attenuation. That guy's getting nuked down instantly. Free arcanes for us. The Necromite, poor guy, the little Necromite minion that, like, rebuilds the furniture in these missions had attenuation. No longer, so maybe just make them invincible, DE. It's kind of, I don't want to kill the Necromite on accident, but he's probably going to die now because everything's going to be rocket launcher spammed down. Sister of Parvo's Hound, Tekrot Babao, very important one right there. Tekrot Babao, Treasurer, and Tusk Thumper. So Thumper farming is now faster. So yeah, and also as far as enemies that have attenuation but can be one-shot now, Acolytes still have attenuation, but they can be one-shot because DE listens to us a lot. And also the Infested Oni from the Shrine Defense mission can now also be one-shot. Our goal is to make that powerful builds feel more impactful against damage-attenuated foes. And with the continued feedback, we can ensure we achieve that together. The team is continuing to look into reports of bugs and feedback. Keep it coming. So, yes, all these enemies can now be one-shot, and that is to make missions go a lot faster. Now, as far as my opinion on this, I think that there's a middle ground for sure, and I think this is where we're basically at. I think that removing all the attenuation is an extreme change for sure, but we'll give more feedback. If the missions are feeling too easy, I'm sure people will say that, or at least I'll say that. But yeah, it was definitely improper to have sniper rifles become basically invalidated because of that change yesterday. You basically couldn't even one-shot a normal path Demolist with that kind of a weapon. So yeah, as far as some more changes here, these are not attenuated related. The Mo Amp is now automatically equipped when you receive from Quill Anko. Who cares about that? Let's go over the things that actually matter here. Steel Path Deep Mine bounties, the Noko bounties that I made a video on yesterday, they have been fixed. Now they give you 1 steel essence per completion, and also the arc gun unlockers that were not in the drop table even though they were supposed to, have been actually added as they were supposed to. So now arc gun unlockers are available from Deep Mine drop table bounties. Apparently about a 2% drop rate on normal path and a 4% drop rate on the steel path. So that's you're going to need 2 of those per Arcwing gun as well, so hopefully you guys didn't buy too many of them yesterday for Plat, if you just want to grind them out. Again, you can just buy them for Plat if you want to instead, but yeah, I'll probably grind some Deep Mine bounties today. Okay, some other stuff, so Matchmaker's throwing you the Valis missions, things that don't matter as much. Oh, Protea's Blaze Artillery has been fixed. It was accidentally nerfed, but it's been fixed back to its proper value. And Vast Untime Augment from Zaki its Void Tear is able to be destroyed by the Operator. It looked like a Void Cascade thing, pretty funny. I did a couple other things here and there, but basically, guys, this hotfix is containing the massive change of damage attenuation. Now, let's talk about what the attenuation changes are going to entail as far as the game at large. Now, so these attenuated enemies were making missions go slower, and that was the entire purpose of them, and that's been utterly, outright removed. So what missions were being held back by attenuated enemies? Well, one of the ones I actually want to talk to you guys about is actually Face Off, funny enough. Face Off over here is a way you can get relics, you can get Phosphor, and the major issue with it before is one of the assassination bounty steps had 3 extremely attenuated enemies you had to fight. So now that that's been changed, Face Off it's technically a PvP mode to be fair, but that will make that a lot smoother. Also, Scaldra missions in general, you would do a Scaldra exterminate, you go to the end, and there'd be like 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 Denizants at the end. None of them would die. You just basically wasted time. So you had to go find non-attenuated enemies to kill. That's great. Additionally, the major issue in ETAs and EDAs should be alleviated where enemies have attenuation and they're a Lifesteal Eximus, and you spend 3 minutes trying to kill that Lifesteal Eximus because of the attenuation, it heals back to full instantly. That issue is gone. In my opinion, no enemies that are not bosses should have attenuation. It looks like DE also agrees, or they're at least trying it out like this. So yeah, guys, major changes to the game. Let me know how you feel about these in the comments down below. We're live on stream right now, and expect the Borrow video tomorrow morning. And then, yeah, Oberon. I'm messing with my Oberon build a little bit more. Oberon's rework is really strong, and Noko is really strong. But that's why I take it with it a little bit more, just to make sure you guys have the best kind of build you can expect from me. So yeah, expect the build video for either Noko Oberon Saturday, and then the Borrow video tomorrow, guys. Let me know how you felt the attenuation changes, like I said, and I'll see you next time. Peace.